hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? I got stuck in traffic after dropping the little guy off in daycare, so it's like last minute scramble to get everything set up before going live. Had to find where I put the printer. I found it. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Because there's a lot of twos apparently for today. So yes, so how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? Shlonky Kong, member for 6 months. Evening, good evening. It's 4 p.m. That's afternoon. That's afternoon. It's easy to lose a printer sometimes, apparently. Let's get the music going and get building. There we go. Hey, Maker Viking. Make sure I got everything I need here. Do I got Fusion open? I got Fusion open. That open. There we go. Close that. Close that. 3D Printing Freak, thank you for becoming a member. So how's everyone doing today? It's a nice, wonderful Tuesday. We're going to carry on with the V2. For those that missed last Saturday, we got the gantry installed. But we've got some belts flopping in the wind here, so we're going to rectify that issue. We're going to rectify that issue right now. And then we're going to move on to the Toolhead. Wire up our XY. And we might start electrical work today. It's not my birthday today. No, it is not my birthday. It's not March yet. Birthday's in March. So we have that. Andrew Roger, 2222. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So yes. There we go. That's where we're at. That's where we were at. We got the gantry installed. And now we're going to do some belting. So yeah, so that's where we left off, was getting the belts run. I did some work for those that are curious. I found a mount for the power supply for the V-Minion. I still need to cat up something I started, but it ain't too far for the power supply, but we'll get it going. We'll get it going. So that'll be, I don't know what we're going to do Friday. I don't know what we're going to do for the Friday stream yet. We'll figure it out. And yes, giveaway. So let me get this set up because I apologize, but I have to create a new giveaway here. Nope, not that one. Delete. Okay, so we're going to do a giveaway. You guys want to do a giveaway? I like giveaways. So this will be for a frame. LDO V2. I got to create a new draw. So 1 second here. I was hoping to get this done early, but I got stuck in traffic. 2.4 frame from LDO Motors. 2 prizes. Open worldwide. Everyone likes worldwide giveaways. Your name in chat. So hopefully we don't end up with 2 Michaels again. Response is open. Send. Send the link. Shorten URL. Copy. Copy. Okay. So enter to win 1 of 2 frames from LDO Motors. Hopefully that's the right form. Pin message. I think that's the right one. And then let me save that so I don't lose it. There we go. Okay, so put your chat name. So for those that have never entered a draw from me before, depending, normally it's you have to be here to win, but I know because of time zones and all kinds of hubbubaloo and whatnot, I don't like having to force people. I like if you stick around the whole chat, the whole stream, but you don't have to be here to win. You just have to be here to enter. Okay, so there's that. Please expand your focus area of the cam. It's a little fuzzy. Focus. It's because I'm actually like right at the edge. I have it selected to focus over here. It's just if I go over here too much, it loses me for a second. So put either your full chat name. I don't care where you live. I don't want to know that. I don't need to know your real name, but Jason will need to. So he's going to contact you if you win. Nope, that's not what I want. Tweet. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so enter. It's pinned in chat there. If you want to win, enter. So yes, so we're going to carry on. Hello from Edmonton. Hello. Spelling error. Awesome. You should understand what I'm meaning. Is Jason here? I don't know if Jason's here yet. Build the thing. So, where we left off was belting the Z drive off. So we've already gone ahead and done all this portion. We've got the gantry actually installed. We got the blocks on. We didn't zip tie it. We're using the little rubber stoppers to kind of hold it in position there. You don't have to be present to win. You just have to be present to enter. The draw is only open during the live stream. So right now, you know, I'm going to say it, but people are going to ask me a million times. You have until 7 p.m. to enter. The draw will be after 7 p.m. What time after 7 p.m.? I don't know. It depends when I feel like ending the stream. So you have until 7 to enter to guarantee an entry. If you wait till after 7, you might miss out. So, any news about the Sanjay charity? Not yet. I'm waiting to hear from LDO. Once I get it set up, then we'll do that. So, when we built our top idlers, we left this screw loose. Okay, so we left this screw loose here. So we don't need to worry about loosening it because we've already have them loosened. And there's your belt path, okay? So we've already got the one belt in. It basically goes down, around the one, up, over, and then down again. So now we're gonna run some belts. And if you got some tweezers, it comes in really handy. 7 what time zone? It's 4 p.m. here right now. So you got 3 hours from the start of stream. Is that blue power supply? It's a UHP 350, and yes, it's for the minion. So I'm just gonna put it over there. Yes, Jason's here. Everyone say hi, Jason. So, I'm trying to remember what the easiest way to do this is. I think it's easier if I flip it on its side. Oh, and by the way, because you guys are going to ask a million times, it's actually closer to less than a week, like any day now, but whatever. I know I'm going to get asked a million bloody times about it. So you go around the motor, you feed up through your front idler. Make sure it's sitting on the thingamajig. Then up, over, and then down. And then you do the same on the other side. So we're going to run all the belts through, and then I'll flip it up and do it all up. Win R2 files. So yeah, so for the prize, it's a V2.4 frame, whatever size you want, and whatever color you want, as long as it's in stock, and it's worldwide again. So as long as it's in size or as long as it's in stock, you can pick whatever you want. That's why it's slippery. I don't know if it's going to be a tiered release, like if they'll release some and then later, but... Each rail's a different color? What? All the rails are the same color. What you talking about? Well, like, I'm sure if you're like you figure out how to use GitHub, you can see that it's been, you know, it's not fully pushed, but it's on GitHub, but it's not, you know, out. Plus, you know, everything's still being tweaked up to the last minute, so if you want to risk printing everything and then throw it in the garbage, go ahead. I can't get over how many people can't wait a day, though. Like with the beta files for the Stealthburner, how many people are like, I gotta mod it for my super modded out, tricked out printer. It's like, you do know, like, everything's depreciated, like, within a day. Yeah, but I need it now. I can't wait. I've been running my setup perfectly for 6 months without an issue, but I can't wait one more day for new files. Okay. Merv, 10 Canadian. Thank you, appreciate it. For the Million Bloody Time Fund. Million Bloody Time. There we go. Hey, it's starting to look like a printer. And at this point, you either have your belts cut to the right length or you're swearing because you cut your belts too short. We cut our belts a little too long, but that's okay. It's okay to have them long. You don't want them short. Also, I got an LTD bottle finally. No more scuffed Contigo with the LTT store sticker in blue tape that I wrote on. Actual legit Linus Media Group merch finally. I'm assuming Jesus. Everyone I know whose name is Jesus goes by Jesus. So, Jesus. $10. Thank you. Appreciate it. Rebuilding my 2.4 in prep for R2. Found a bunch of stress cracks on Z parts from where it crashed into the Z when the switch didn't click. Any tips to prevent this? Don't crash. Stress fractures can happen if plastic is stressed. There's really nothing you could do to avoid it. Hopefully, don't crash. I don't have belt stretchers. Boy, fetch the belt stretcher. Do you think my fitment issue with the V-Minion parts is because you printed them in ABS? Pretty much. I've spoken to some people on the Rat Rig team, and that's pretty much the going thought is I used my standard Voron profile, so there's a few parts that I may reprint, and I've been advised to print at 100.5 scale, and apparently that's good. So, yes, you have adjustment for tightening your belts, okay, up top here, but you want to manually tighten them as much as possible before you rely on the actual tightening up here. So we've already attached these cover plates. We're basically taking them off because we're held in on the bottom, so nothing should move. Pull it down tight. Get your screws started. Leave them a little bit loose. And then pull it tight. And then screw it down tight. Now, there are little teeth marks in the plastic parts, so you do want to try and get them at least lined up into that. Where's my electric screw? I don't have a tip big enough for these. These are M5 bolts, so. Usually I only use the electric for like M3 and smaller. cut the belts 3 times and it's still too short. Wait, what? Is there a preferred reseller? I go through Sparta 3D a lot. Did I get something delivered? Nope, I did not. Will there be an upgrade to R2? Yes, it will be part of the configurator. There will be an option, because right now if you go on the configurator, it's like, oh hey, I have an existing, you know, I have a 2.2, I want to upgrade to a 2.4. There will be an option for, I have a 2.4, I want to upgrade to a 2.4r2. And by the way, the official name is just going to be 2.4. The official name is just 2.4. It's just R2 is like revision 2. It's like you don't say I play World of Warcraft patch 9.1. You just say I play World of Warcraft. So you don't say the patch number. But I'm pretty sure that's how we're doing it. It's just 2.4. Like on the page, the website, as far as I know, it's still just going to say 2.4. It just, this is the new revision of it. Oh, we're not sure? Oh, last I seen Steve was talking about it. So. Oh, this is the one that's all crooked, that's why. First time we get to see it live. Ooh. See how the magic happens. And me put things together wrong and swear and have to take it apart. And then drink. Hey, Felina. There we go. Okay. It looks like a printer. So at this point, you can take out any stoppers or cut your zip ties and lose little plastic pieces into your gear. Where'd that go? Hopefully it fell out. Well, we'll find out in a little bit. Oh, there it is. Haha. You don't want to get stuff in your gearbox. Usually not a good thing. Blade Scraper, $10. Thank you, appreciate it. Hey, man. Hey. Greetings from the Netherlands. Oof. On the way in for night shift. Is a no, the frames are different. The frames are different. The outside dimension is the same, but there's all kinds of different lengths and extra holes in the Trident frame. It's different. R2 with afterburner. We'll get to that. Okay, so right now, basically try and have your gantry. I have a whole video on squaring up your gantry and whatnot, but you're going to go through right now and just kind of play with the belts and see if they're roughly the same tension. Okay, you can count teeth if you want to be technical. Like if you really want to, you can count the teeth to make sure they're all exactly equal, but I normally just go off feel, and I've never really had an issue with that. It's a lot easier to go off of teeth on the XY. Get those stoppers out. Okay. Now at this point, let's see what the manual says. So we've gone ahead and run the belts. So follow the path pointing by the arrows. Needle nose pliers, tweezers, or similar tools can help in this step. There's a big hole in the bottom now. I don't know if we had the hole before. There's a big hole at the bottom, so you can just feed the belt right through and then right back up. It's a lot easier now. Remember, teeth towards the inside. So your teeth are on the inside of the belt, not facing out. It goes up through the hole, over the top where the idler is, and then down, and then out. And again, the little cutout on the belt holder faces towards the outside. So many people do that wrong. Little cutout faces towards the outside. That way, you can secure the little bit extra of belt with a zip tie, so it still clears your panels, okay? You don't want to cut these flush. If you cut these flush, and you have to rebelt it in the future, it's a pain in the butt. Like, it's an absolute pain in the butt. Now, if you happen to do that, you can get away with, you can get around it. Basically, you just take off your upper Z idler, and that gives you the tension or the slack you need, and then you kind of have to finagle it back into place. But yeah. This frame is space gray. How do I test if an extrusion is good? Buy from a good vendor, and usually you're okay. Report the Russian bot. Be gone, bot. We don't need Russian bots right now. There's enough. The Russians are busy enough. So, let's go over some common questions that people have, because I get this a lot. If you look... Ooh, overhead view. Where are we? Can we zoom in here? I'm going to have to tilt it. So, right down here, okay? If you look, people freak out because this belt is really close to the frame, okay? By design, because you're trying to maximize space and whatnot, it is supposed to be close, but it doesn't touch. And if it does touch, you're within like, yeah, it's printed part tolerance you're touching. So your belts will look like they're touching the frame. They should not be. They should be close. And even if they do touch the frame, they're smooth on smooth. Nothing's going to happen. So if you put it together and it looks like your belts are touching the frame, there is clearance there. It's not a lot of clearance. There's not there. And then if you check the CAD, it looks like it's touching on the CAD. That's because the CAD's designed a worst case scenario. So as long as your parts aren't all worst case scenario and your printed tolerances aren't worst case scenario, your belts shouldn't rub on the frame. So, what does the hot pink badge next mean? Put your icon over it. It should be a, I think it's 6-month or 12-month. So those are like the default YouTube sub badges. Yeah, the guy in Facebook chat. Yeah, some people have freaked out over the funniest parts. Like, put it this way. This has been running belted Z with the exact same tolerances for almost 4 years, and you can't tell. Like, there's no rub on the frame. So, anyway, if it looks like they're touching, and now if you look at it and it's like pushed over, then yeah, something's not right. Something's not lined up. But they are designed to be as close to the edge as possible because of you want as much room as possible, right, to work with. So now we're going to tension our belts up. And then, so how this works is, yeah, go main cam, I guess. Can't see on the overhead. And we're going to go overhead. Ooh, zoom out. So you got 2 screws here. You're going to loosen those screws ever so slightly. Okay. And this will allow the freedom for the actual idler portion to move up and down. And then you're going to go in there with a ball head Allen key screw. And you're going to tighten the M3 underneath. And this will move up your Z idler and tension your belt. And then when you're done, you tighten those M5 bolts back together. And you're good. So, oh, that froze. C920, deactivate, activate. Activate. Come back to me, camera. There we go. So, same thing here. Someone was asking if the upgrade from R1 to R2 is worth it. If you are not having issues with your R1 in regards to your X gantry being twisted or anything like that, not really. So, like most things, this is an incremental improvement over the previous revision. It's much worth, if you're building from scratch, yes, go to the new revision, okay? If you're building, if you're doing a brand new build, go to the new revision. But if you've already have a one built and you're not having issues with it, personally, I wouldn't bother. I know this guy probably won't get much. I might upgrade that to the M, just the X Gantry to MGM12, but yeah. What sizes of VHP? It's called out in the manual. It's called out in the sourcing guide. I would just check the sourcing guide. I don't know which one, the exact one you need is. Could a novice build one of these? It depends on your skill level. Like, have you built anything before? Like, you know, I built my first Voron without having built a printer before. It depends on what your skill level is with, you know, building things. Have you ever built with Legos, Connects, what is it, Makino? No, Makino is a CNC machine. Mechano blocks, like. I will say the new manual for the new update to the 2.4, the new manual is much more newbie friendly. The manual used to not be as much, I guess, because there weren't so many newbies building these printers when we designed that manual. So it was very, I won't say basic, but it just kind of assumed you knew a lot of stuff, or you knew a bit about 3D printing before getting into it. Color scheme. I'm digging these colors. I am digging these colors. And don't forget, if you have not entered for the draw yet to win a frame from LDOmotors, it's pinned in chat, right at the top of chat. It's pinned. Okay. That looks good. So at this point, get your zip ties. As a kinematic bed, there's mods for it. You can do it if you want, but part of the problem with the kinematic bed, those kinematic bed mounts, is most of those require custom parts. They require like a custom machine mount, which is against the rules for like the ethos of Voron design. Part of Voron design, like design mantra, is nothing custom. So other than printed parts, obviously. So every component, every, you know, bearing and rail and, you know, everything on this machine is a commercial off-the-shelf item. It's a COTS item. You can buy it somewhere, right? And everything is globally sourceable. So you're not relying on custom parts. So a problem with a lot of those kinematic bed mounts is they require custom machine components. So that just isn't part of what we do. We don't do that. We don't do that here, but I like bling. Well, that's the thing. There's optional mods that use it. So if you want to do a kinematic bed mount, there's mods for it if you want to. It will never be the default option. Custom STLs. Somebody argued that. I can't remember if it was in like in the discussion on one of my videos or if it was actually in chat during a stream, but that came up like, hey, we don't do custom parts. Well, your STLs are custom. It's like, well, it's a 3D printer. You should have a 3D printer. Or at least access to a 3D printer. So at this point, you can see I'm doing cleaning up the extra belt there. So that's why you have that little notch there, so you can run the belt back. So we're just cleaning up these extra belts. It was in chat. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? That's... Out of all the hills to die on, that's the hill you're dying on? Okie dokie. Do you know where you can get the cable ducts that come in the LDO kit? I don't know exactly what they're called. I think they're just called cable channels. There's printed ones. I know there's ones you can print. Can I zoom when I'm doing... well, I can't really... Actually, well, I can. 1 second here. Zoom in more. Ooh, there we go. So, taking a zip tie, going around the belt that's closest to the outside, and then I'm taking the extra belt, I'm looping it back on itself a bit, putting it underneath, pushing the zip tie down, okay, and then zip tying it tight, okay. So this way it pulls it in even tighter against the thing, and then I take in my cutters, I'm cutting off the extra, and then I'm snipping the extra zip tie, and now it's tight in there, like that. And now I gotta fix my camera because I zoomed in way too much. Because this is supposed to be just a little zoomed in. There we go. And do the same thing again. I can find where I put my zip ties. Is this a zip tie? Sure. And I think somebody donated, I missed it. Pathetic Booma, $2. Thank you, appreciate it. My daughter Haley says hi. Hi, Haley. Raceways. They're called raceways. But yeah, there's a kind of a quick picture of how to do it in the manual right here. So you're just looping it up on itself there, and then zip tie it, and then cut away the extra. So you don't want to go too crazy with how much extra, but you do want to leave enough that if you have to redo it in the future, you have to cut these belts and redo it in the future, you want a little bit of slack so you can grab onto it and pull them tight. There we go. So that is that. So, install remaining belts. So I guess it tells you to do one at a time, but I went and did all 4 of them at the same time. So gantry alignment, squaring the gantry, move the gantry all the way to the back until it hits the AB on both drive, fully tighten all the screws on the X-axis. If you want to know how to square up a gantry, hey look, there's a video here, and for some reason, whenever I click these links, they never load. But hey, I did a video on it, and it's linked in the gantry. So if you have issues with your gantry racking, follow this video. It tells you how to unrack your gantry. So, and that video applies to pretty much anything with a Core XY gantry. So, yeah. Yes, it's an LTT water bottle. I finally went and shelled out and got some LTT merch. So for those that remember, during the build last week, this is all loosey-goosey. Okay, we never tightened up these screws. Okay, so right now it's saying push it all the way to the back and then tighten these screws up. Okay. That's actually pretty square. So when you push it all the way to the back, it should be equal, okay? Now the thing is, without belts in it, it's going to be pretty easy to tweak it though. So basically just get it like, this is your first initial racking. And then what you do is you de-rack it again after you belt it. So we're just getting it in the ballpark right now, and then we'll come back to it later and tune out any additional racking we have after we belt it up. Looks loosey-goosey. It's loosey-goosey. You guys never heard that term, loosey-goosey? Voron 2.0 was never officially released. Yes, we all had to build it using a folder of STLs and a YouTube video of a trailer that was like 2 minutes long. Okay, Voron belt path. Voron printers use belt path based on the popular Core XY pattern. The individual belt paths are stacked on top of each other. Crossing over, often found in Core XY, is omitted. So on Core XY, some printers, you have the belts actually cross each other on an angle. We don't do that. We just have them stacked on top of each other. Technically, that leads to the tool head kind of doing a little bit of a shimmy, but it's so minimal that it's not even worth mentioning. To learn more about Core XY, you can click this link, and it loads up Discord, apparently. Cool. Equal belt tension is important for proper function of a Core XY system. If you don't, you're going to ask, if your belts aren't tensioned equally, you're going to create eggs. Ask Andre about that. We recommend run one belt to get the required length, remove the belt from the printer, and cut the second belt to the exact same length. As both belt paths have the same length, this is an easy way to get a consistent tension. So run one belt and then cut the other belt exactly the same length. That way, when you put the belts in later on and you go to tension them, you can just make them equal. So you manually tension them till they're equal, and then any finessing you do with adjusting your front idlers. Yes, it's still 6mm belts. We can't go bigger. So one of the reasons that Voron doesn't scale to big is we can't really do 9mm XY belts because we got a 2020 extrusion gantry. If we went to 9mm belts, this is a 20mm extrusion. That leaves you 2mm of room, essentially. We can't, it doesn't work. We'd have to redesign the entire printer to get 9mm belts in, like a pretty big redesign. So it's not meant to be a big printer. If you want a big printer, build a big printer. There's other printer designs that scale better. It's Core XY. So if you're curious about how the belt path is, there's a bunch of pictures here of how the belts are routed, but essentially they're mirrored to each other. So only one belt, like each path only goes to a front idler once. Okay, so you'll have one that goes to a front idler around the back and then back to your tool head, and then on the other path will be mirrored. So before you start though, make sure your idler is all the way, your front idler is all the way to the back, because that's where your adjustment comes from. And it looks like we are putting our tool head together. Yeah. Oh, I see how they're doing it. I see how they're doing it. Okay. So let's run a belt and get a length, and then we'll cut our belts up after. Motion. Cable kit. Belts, chains, and fans. Oh my. Andy, $4.99. Thank you, appreciate it. Are there any specific components that are worth buying nicer versions of? Say my budget is loose. Belts, rails, bearings. Buy good stuff there. $2040 gantry? Well, you could. It's like every now and then I see somebody post in like the Facebook group or whatever. It's like, hey, I want to build a Voron, but I have all these MGN 15 sitting around. Can I just use those? Just for the amount of hours it would take you to redesign everything, just go buy some MGN 9s. The amount of, you got to factor in your cost. Most people don't do that. They don't factor in their cost. Let's move me. I'm gonna go over here. Whoop. And then shrink. There we go. Zoom out more. that works. That works. Oh. So, I'm sorry, but like trying to capture how to run belts is a kind of a pain in the butt on camera because you're always moving. Nope, yeah. Yeah, come on. Wait, why are you going that way? Go that way. No, start it the other way. One way is easier than the other. And I think it's this way is the easier way. LDO kit is R2 only, yes. The biggest change is the, pretty much the hardware change is the X Gantry. Is the fact that it's an MGM 12. Beyond that, there really isn't much else. Like, it's all printed, it's mostly printed parts beyond that point. And a few extra screws and bearings in a few spots, but... Yeah, so right now I'm just getting a rough length. I'm just running the belt to figure out roughly how much we need. And then we'll pull it out, cut it, cut the other one. So many failed. So many people have built hypercubes over the years and then like converted them. Like even I almost built a hypercube. I was gonna build. First I was gonna build a hypercube, and then I was gonna build a fuse box, and then I ended up building a Voron. Front idlers are always a pain. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, in your hole. There we go. Okay. So, pull that way too much on this side. So obviously you only need so much in the tool head. So we're just gonna kind of overlap it about, I don't know, 2 inches roughly, and then we'll cut it. And then make the other one the exact same length. I think we spent all that time running that belt. Now tip, when you go to match them up, stack them together so that the teeth lock. This way one doesn't like stretch longer than the other. Yeah, belt length depends on the printer size. Belt length depends on the printer size. So the bigger the printer, the longer belts are going to be. This is why Core XY isn't really great for big printers, because as you go bigger, the belt lengths get really long because you have to run belts in this big, long pattern. So when you go big, your belts get pretty long pretty quick. Now, we need to do some heat sets. Hello from Madrid, Spain. Hello there. What's going on with the chat? How big is 2X? It depends on the printer. Voron isn't designed to go bigger than 350. People have. But it's not really designed with that size in mind. So you're probably going to run into issues with, you know, belt tension and whatnot. But like, I think the Rat Rig V-Core uses 9mm XY belts, if I'm not mistaken. So that's got a little bit more oomph to it. So it all depends on what you plan on doing with the printer. Okay, so we got to do some heat sets. So you can tell it's a daytime stream. All the Europeans are here. Where is my screws? Electronics, fasteners. There we go. Is there a Voron tool changer? There's a mod, I think. Nothing official. It's Crow XY. I haven't seen any big Crow XY printers. Most of the ones I've seen have been built small to be for like speed benchies and whatnot. Problem with tool changers, you start running into the need, like tool changers work really good when you have custom machine parts. It's harder to do good and reliably with printed parts only, which then you start breaking the rule of what's allowed to be in a Voron officially. Uh-oh. Did I screw up here? Did I print the wrong part? I did. Oh, no, we're good. There we go. I just realized I printed the, I printed both the old carriage and the new carriage. So the the R1 and the R2 carriage. Like, wait a minute. This ain't right. Or no, I printed the, I don't know, what did I print here? What are these carriages? I don't know. These are the old style, though. ABS or PLA? Oh, these are all ABS. The K1 and K2. Yeah, but all I ever see are small ones, and they just do speed benchies. So. Because that's what the cool kids do. Oh. Speed benchies. Gotta get those internet points. V01 IDEX. I seen that. So to turn Core XY into an IDEX, you pretty much have to add one extra motor and one extra belt path and like an extra idler. Jason, LDOmotors. Hunter, thank you, appreciate it. Happy Tuesday, happy Voron friend. Good luck to all of you on the LDO 2.4 frame draw. That's right, any color, any size. So make sure if you have not entered the draw, it's pinned in chat. That way I don't have to remember to delete it after in the description. Rock and roll, yes. Yes. Okay. And then we need some hex nuts, so. So, by the way, for the current plan, for those that don't know, Stealthburner is not part of 2.4r2. Stealthburner is its own thing. So, the official release is Stealthburner, or is Afterburner in this, okay? So, the manual is Afterburner, okay? However, I will be running Clockwork 1, but I'm going to be running a Stealthburner front, so. Does the Heart K V0 display fit in the normal V0 display? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what's different on his display. When is it going to be final? When it exits beta. There's been 5 revisions of it already in the beta. So, it's a beta for a reason. There we go. Lots of tweaks with the fans. There's a lot of different types of 50-15 fans in the world, and none of them have the same dimensions, so we keep tweaking stuff to make it as good as possible. Of course, I don't know which bag I took these ones out of. Yeah, put it there. Oh, 7. Okay, we're up to 7. Well, this one has beta 5, so. Is 350 at the right? 350 is right at the edge of what I would consider. Beyond that, you're going to start running into more tuning. Like, you can go bigger. The problem is you can't run it at the speeds that we consider, you know. You start having to tweak more things, and you start having to deal with belt tension issues and whatnot beyond that. So, is there a mini SB? Probably. Okay, so we put that in M312s. 12s. 20. Empty bag, goodbye. M316. 10, 3/8. Where are my M312s? Dang it, drop all my heat sets everywhere. Okay, so now we get to that point like I did with the rat rig build, where I just start, oh, there we go. Or I just start getting lazy and start grabbing stuff from stock. What's my opinion on the Hall effect? It's nice. I run it in 2 of my machines. It's nowhere near required, but it's a cool little Gucci thing if you want to run it. Like, your printer won't be any better with it. It's just kind of a cool thing to have. Any reason not to go? Well, this is a 300, and again, it's already kind of big for my desk, so. Go as big as you need, not as big as you want. And a mouse, thank you for coming a member. Remember, the smaller your printer is, the more rigid it is, right? The faster you can run it, the less tuning you'll need, usually. So, you want to make it, you know, you want to make things efficient. Less power to heat it up. Quicker heat up times, shorter cooldown times. Okay, so we've got the heat sets in. I've got the M312s or space 3mm. So what you do is you put it in, clamp both belts. So you're basically clamping one belt in with one side, M3/8. So this is different. So for those that have built previously, you know how we had the belt clamps? We don't run those anymore. So the clamps, because it's now an MGM12, are the carriage part. Hello from Germany. Hello. Yes, I like my ES126. Yes, I'm putting a Revo Voron in here. So I've got the mounts for that printed and everything. So this is going to be, again, I'm sorry, it's hard to get camera angles of this because you're moving this around so much. Pivot. I pushed the button. There we go. So, one belt, two belts. And as you can see, we're putting one belt in, make sure they're equal, and then you tighten it. And the belts, no, overhead. Teeth. Make sure the teethies are touching. M3/8. So those are equal. There we go. Make sure you didn't over tighten anything. Make sure they're nice and tight though. That's good there, that's good there. Belts are equal. Go back to the manual. Where can you find the R2 parts? Right there. Unless you're okay with diving through whatever GitHub pull requests are. Okay, so you're gonna run one belt, then you're gonna run the other belt. So let's do the annoying belt first. That goes the way that's a pain in the butt to run. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that. It's put that in, run your belts, run the A belt, blah, 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 blah. And then I think it's run the B belt after. Yeah, run your... So yeah, so just run both belts at this point. And there's all kinds of pictures, and then we get to the X carriage, so. We'll go with overhead. Jester, CHF 10. Thank you, appreciate it. Printed all the parts for the LDO docs and the official Voron 2. Have the reprint some R2. Got my LDO 2.4 stuff. Yeah, so you will have to print some stuff for the LDO kit. So you're gonna have to wait for the R2 parts. Like, technically, pretty much every part has been touched for R2. Okay. Now, in terms of functionality, which ones do you actually need to print? The gantry for sure. You want to do the gantry. You want to run a 2 gantry, an R2 gantry. And the Z, I believe. But like stuff like the upper idlers and a few other small parts you really don't need to, but it's kind of nice to. Yo, I had it. Oh, by the way, apparently we're supposed to get like a crap ton of rain today. So if I suddenly disappear, assume I got flooded and washed away. What are you caught on? Get bald cam for a minute there. There we go. That's like the worst part of running these, is that part right there. If I get washed away, can I have my water bottle? You can't have my water bottle. I'm gonna need it. How am I gonna stay hydrated? If not for my LTT store water bottle. I won't be able to stay warm. My hoodie's upstairs. Along with my flannel. I hate when these belts get stuck in the run. There we go. Okay. Make sure when you're running, and I'll point this out when I flip it on its back here, or around again, that you don't run the belts around plastic parts. Printed plastic parts are not idlers. Oh, I twisted it. Shoot, how'd I twist it? Dang it. Chester, you got a duck with your 2.4? Oh, now now I'm disappointed, Jason. People are getting ducks. I didn't get a duck. Yeah, the front idlers, like, honestly, it's a lot easier if you go through the front idler last. Like, you can do it first, but it's easier to go through it last. That's why I did it first, is to get that one out of the way, because that's the annoying one. Any ideas using the E3D? They're not really, because the way the mounts are, we have to change up the whole bed mounting solution. And I don't even know if they're still making them. I haven't seen them for a while. Go. Remember, tip here, when you run this part right here, okay? The belt goes around the bearing, then up, around the 20 tooth and out. Do not run your belt over this plastic part. That's why we bumped it out here, because people kept running the belt around there and then in there. You're gonna have a bad time. Don't do that. People still keep doing that. Somebody on the team did that. It's actually apparently surprisingly easy. There we go. And there we go. So we got one belt run done. A little tip for the controller fan where you don't have to cut, crimp, use clipper multi-pin. What does that mean? No, what does that mean? The duck got detained. China Customs doesn't want you guys having fun. Doesn't want you having rubber duckies. They're too powerful. Well, I think we had a belt on. Originally, there was like an X on the design, if I remember correctly. But we just bumped it out all the way, hoping that would deter most people from doing it wrong. And it helps a bit. Yeah, see? So this is exactly what I mean. I knew I was doing it, but I did it just to show you. See? I ran my belt in, I ran it out, and then I run it around there. And that's how easy it is to screw this up. You just run the belt out, oh, and then you punch it in there, and then you don't look at it. You'd be surprised how many people do that. You want it to come out here. Right there. It happens. You got the Hall effect. I got micro switches with this kit. The Hall effect, while nice and Gucci, honestly is not needed at all. Like, it's just kind of a... Look how cool this thing is, thing. It's nowhere near a requirement. It just adds to the cost. The Hall effect was actually designed back in the day for the the V2.4 for those that want a history info. There. Bada bing, bada boom. Good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Play with sensorless helmet. I have not, but I will be doing sensorless on the rat rig. So on the V Minion, I'm going all sensorless. Well, except for even Zed's sensorless. Technically, I got a Vinda probe for it. So Xi Jinping stole our ducks. He did. So at this point, what I normally do is kind of give everything a good tug and just make sure everything is sitting on your bearings. So it's going to be very easy for these not to be sitting right on your bearings. And if they're not, gonna have a bad time. That one's not. That one's not. It's easier once you get attention. So basically, just make sure they're not all racked out like crazily. Because now we're putting the other one on. So, as you can see here, we have the X carriage. Put the second part on and pull your belts tight. Yep. Hey, Sanity. Do rat rig minion speed benchy stream. Good content. I don't like doing speed benchies. Honestly, I find them boring. Like, let's be honest. Like, we're all running the same motors and printers and slicer settings. Like, I just don't find it fun to do. It's not my bag, baby. Okay, so right now, I put the other one on. Pull them tight. Okay, so that's on the bearing, that's on the bearing, that's on the bearing, that's on the bearing. Bearing, 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 bearing. So my whole view on speed benchies. Speed benchies kind of serve a purpose, right? They're kind of cool to watch and whatnot. Yeah. But it's like F1 racing. It's a very, you don't drive an F1 car on regular roads. You don't drive at F1 speeds in day-to-day driving. F1 is kind of cool for pushing the limit and then taking what you learn from that and applying it to normal everyday usage. So, you know, there's, you know, things you can learn from F1, but like massively overcooling ABS to get a quick speed benchy leads to brittle parts. So okay, so put those in, fix belts, slightly tighten the screws. The belts want to be able to move in and out. Leave loose. Okay, so I guess I wasn't supposed to tighten them yet. Well, for those following along at home, hopefully you skipped ahead. M540s. M530s. M540s. M530s. M540s. Okay, I got a bag of magnets I'm going to take out of my bin here. M540s. M540s. 530. No, M340s. What am I doing? I forgot how to count. M340s. There we go. I don't think I've ever actually watched an F1 race. How fast do I normally print? I'm doing infill at 140 and my outer walls at 90 to 120 usually. Like, I'm still printing fast. I'm just not doing, 5-minute benchy speeds. Like, I run Doc's PIF profile for those curious, pretty much, that I've tweaked over the years. And by the way, I run the exact same profile on all my machines because I'm super lazy. And it works good enough on all of them. Oh, the bottom's an M530. Okay, I gotta swap that out. Top's M540. Take this guy out. It's pinned in one of the Discord channels, I believe. Either the PIF channel or the slicer settings. I don't even know if it's called Doc's PIF profile anymore. It just might be the stock profile. It's your 60, 90, 120 speed profile, basically. Just don't use the stock curve profile. That one's a little outdated. Okay, so we put that on. Okay, pull tight. Grab both ends with the pair of pliers and pull the belt tight. As both belts are cut to the exact same length and the same paths are equal in this design, make sure that the same length of the belt protrudes from the carriage, and then tighten your bolts. Okay, that makes sense. So, I've already kind of done this. But we're gonna loosen this and then pull them tight. Okay, so that's equal, that's equal. Yeah, they feel pretty equal. Okay, so see how that's not really moving? I'm not pushing I'm pushing the X carriage only. I'm not actually touching the belts or the X carriage or the tool head. The fact that that's not moving means you're good. If you have something like this, how do I do this? If you have something like this, get out of there. Pop the belt in there. Get out of there. So if you have something like this, or just, it's doing something like that, that means you have unequal tension or something is binding, okay? So maybe you did run a belt over a piece of plastic. So it should be pretty smooth. How do I handle extrusion distance? Are all your machines pretty much the same? They're all pretty much the same. Like I'm running, I got clockwork. Is this running clockwork? Yeah. So clockwork, LGX, mini afterburner, LGX. They're all pretty good. Like they're within margin of error. Like I can print Voron parts on any of these machines, or well, yeah, pretty much any of these machines, and they're all drop-in. Like, the parts on here were printed on that machine and that machine. The parts on the rat rig were printed on that machine, and that machine. The parts for the Micron were all 3 of these machines. Like, it just, whatever machine I have available and loaded. So they're all roughly tuned to the same spec. Okay, check your work. Hey, look, make sure the belt path is not riding on plastic parts. Do this now. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we put the little M330 in, and we put our inductive probe in. But wait, we're not doing an inductive probe. We are doing the thingamabobber. I got printed parts for it. We're doing Klicky. We're doing Klicky. So I gotta pull up the Klicky. Because I've never actually looked at Klicky. But this kit uses Klicky. Is there a manual for Klicky? Oh, wow. I'm still going to use the Z switch. I'm still using the Z switch, okay? But for bed leveling, I'm using the Klicky. Is there an actual manual for the Klicky, or do I have to, like, kind of eyeball this shit? On GitHub. Okay, I'm on the Klicky GitHub. CAD, Clipper macros, photos, printers, user mods. Where is the manual? On the GitHub. Where is the manual? So 2.4. Photos. Oh, wait. I think it's not. Now to the instructions. Okay, mounting options. Okay, so assembly. Okay. So we're just gonna do the toolhead stuff. We're just doing the toolhead stuff. Okay. The probe assembly. Don't need to worry that. The probe is there. Okay. That is that. Stealthburner. Okay. Okay, connect the 2 wires from the Klicky probe to the ground and signal of your recommended probe. So go by photos. No manual, at least I can find. So I need some magnets. I got my printed parts here, so it looks like I need there's a bunch of parts here. Okay, so I got that. I just want to do the I'm just doing the one part for the tool head for now. Step 3. Yeah, I'm on step 3. Okay. So, cut 2. So I want to see what I have for wiring in this kit, because I'm pretty sure Steve, Steve's here. Go watch my stream, then come back. We'll wait. I didn't want to be spoiled. I tried to not be spoiled. Z probe. Should be in the LDO box. Yep, So I see Z probe here. So I have a Z probe. So I could do a Z probe, but I want to do Klicky. Do I need to make up wires for this? So let's be honest, I can always come back to this part. Okay, so you have 2 wires come out. And then what? They fold around. Okay, so that goes there. And you put the magnet in. And do you solder them, or does the magnet... Oh, it just kind of pinches them, and that's kind of that. I need the Z for... I'm keeping the Z Pro per project. Don't worry about it. Okay, so... Was there wires for this, though? Z end stop cable. So that's for the Z end stop. Raspberry Pi. You glue them. Oh, I glue them? Okay. I'm gonna epoxy them. I don't trust super glue. Toolhead cable. Y cable. Hotend cartridge. Thermistor. Z probe. NeoPixel cables and extension, which we got to do NeoPixel stuff too. Yeah, so it looks like I gotta grab some from stock, I think. There should be, oh, in the electronics box, there should be a Klicky kit. Okay, let me check. Terminal block kit. Klicky Pro parts, there we go. Klicky Pro parts. There we go. Got some magnets, heat sets, a switch, and I'm assuming this is the wires that I was looking for earlier. So, thank you for showing the 2.4r2 manual on my stream. It helped a lot. My build in 2.4r1 only mess around with the probe. It's good to hear, and thanks for the 5. Okay, so here and zoom it. There we go. So I twist that. Twist that. So we're just doing, so the plan, by the way, is we're just installing this one part from Klicky, and then I will do the whole Klicky probe thing as a thing. Like we'll build it up in one go type thing. So that will probably be next stream. So those go through. Okay, so those go through, and then super glue. So I don't have super. I gotta find epoxy. I know I have some epoxy somewhere. I got gasket sealant. Gorilla Glue? No, Gorilla Glue expands. I don't want to use Gorilla Glue. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna run upstairs and get some epoxy because honestly, I could have used super glue, but my super glue is actually like rock hard right now. So I'm gonna be back in 1 second with some super glue. So enjoy the music, I guess. Here we go, some Adhero 5-minute epoxy. And I hope while I was upstairs looking for some epoxy, you guys took the time to enter for the draw to win the LDO frame. If you have not entered, do this now. Ooh, 5-minute epoxy. Sets in 5 minutes. Okay, so multimeter to check for continuity. So the probe mount wires are connected with pressure from the magnets. You can use the probe magnets as a template to insert the probe mount. It is easier that way. So I'm supposed to have one magnet off polarity, right? If I'm not mistaken. So looks like I put the wires through, bend them over, like that, and then I put the magnets in, and then one should be out. So if they're, and that's it, and then we check continuity. Yeah. Okay. So, hello from Russia. It's 2 a.m. Oh. Oh. That is early, man. That is early. Okay, I'm trying to strip a good portion of contact. You can always trim excess. Yep, I got quite a bit there. Focus. I want to focus on the printer. Okay, so it goes all the way through there. Okay, and then I bend it over. And then I don't need it that long, right? So it should be just long enough that it touches the bottom. Yeah, I think. Okay. Wipe those all on the ground so I get those on my feet later. Pull these down. Nope, a little too much. Little too much. Fix that. Just I trimmed it just a little. There we go. You don't have to be here for the draw. You can only enter during the stream itself. So you have until you got roughly an hour and a half guaranteed time to enter. Beyond that, you might not win. You might not be here when the draw takes place, or you might be out of luck. There we go. Okay. trying to get it in the hole. Uh-oh. There we go. I got the package, I think. Okay, so I need 3 magnets. Let me get the epoxy set up here. Dollar store epoxy. So good. I can't remember when I bought this. I bought this, like, it's been sitting in my junk drawer upstairs for like years. I don't even think I can seal this back up. Maybe I can. One second. Go, go, gadget sketch stream. Centaur, thank you for becoming a member. Go. Good old aluminum tape. Yes, epoxy smells stinky. It's just what it is. You don't have to be here to enter. But it would be nice. Or you don't have to be here to win, but it would be nice. Okay, so mix this all up. Camera's blocking the view. So I need 3 magnets, and I put one of the magnets opposite polarity as the other 2. Is that correct? I'm pretty sure that is correct. Does it matter which one? I guess it doesn't matter which one. 3 magnets. Rear one is opposite. Okie dokie. So in that case, oh, these are going to be a pain to get in there. How the heck am I supposed to get this in there? Is there a jig? I printed everything. Oh. Is this the jig? Okay, so I guess I did. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, fancy jig. That's not the jig? Well, I've got like 2 of them that are the same. I've got these. What is this? Oh, the AB mount magnet holder. Probe magnet holder. Oh, I see. So this slides on, and then you push it with this. Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay. So. I don't have a vise in this room. This isn't gonna work. Maybe. Let me be sketchy here and find a clamp. No, this ain't working. This is one of them. I thought that was a holder. Okay. That's the dock. That ain't the vise. That's the dock. Oh, press fit hold. Wait, what? Okay, well, how the fuck does this work? Documentation, people. Documentation. I printed everything. Is that offset? Okay, so that goes through there. That goes there. I don't have a vise set up in this room yet. I do in the other room. Yeah, I see it now. One second. One second. I got a vise in the other room. Okay, so you should be able to still hear me. Where's the vise at? There's the vise. Underneath the dartboard. That's a great spot for it. This 5-minute epoxy is taking a little bit longer than 5 minutes. There you go, and they should sit up a bit. Yeah, they should. Okay, so I think we're good. The epoxy cap is in the plunger. Oh my god! I forgot about that. Oh, you are so smart. Oh, you are a genius. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let me clean up any excess that oozed out. Hey, doggy. You want to say hi? You want to say hi, Coda? You want to say hi to the nice audience? Come here. Come here. Come say hi to the nice audience. Come say hi. Coda, get back here. Get over here. Come say hi. Come say hi. You wanted to come in. So let me make sure I didn't screw this up. Put these the wrong way. Okay, good. You could tell the wife's at work and he's being a mopey butt. Okay, so I'm gonna put the vise in this room because I'll probably need it in the future. Yeah, because there's no treats. He's so used to coming in here for treats, and I stopped doing that because it's not good for him, and now he's got that Pavlovian response for treats. Okay, so I should check these with a multimeter, right? Make sure I'm getting some continuity. I need to get a better multimeter at some point. It's even flipped up right there. Seriously? There we go. Okay. So continuity test. This might not be good. Oh. Okay. So that one, we got continuity. And that one, we got continuity. We're good. Filling in for Duff. Doggle. Appreciate it. $5. There we go. No, I just had them in the wrong ports. I always... Honestly, I could replace my multimeter with a 5-volt battery and an LED and some wire for what I use it for 90% of the time. There is no beep. It's that crappy of a multimeter. Okay, let's put the wiring back in the box. Or at least back in the pile. Okay, so... I'm gonna take all the other stuff from the Klicky kit and put it back, because we're not doing the full Klicky kit today. We're just doing the switch itself. just doing the switch. It's a crappy Mastercraft one. Okay, so now we could trim our extra belt and install it. So let's see if I can fold these back in there and make them nice and pretty looking. Anthony, thank you for becoming a member. Raymond, $5 in your better multimeter fund. I know, I just gotta go buy one. Screw it. I'll fiddle with those later. So I got a little zip tie I can put on there to hold it. It doesn't beep. It might have beeped at some point. Like, literally, it's ancient. I've had it since... It was in the toolbox when I bought the house, so for all I know, it did beep at some point. It just don't anymore. And I'm assuming this uses M3/8s, yeah. Syntax $5 in your multimeter fund. Don't worry, I don't need a fund for a new multimeter. I can handle that one on my own. Appreciate it though. Yeah. Okay, so this just mounts the same way as the probe does, using the little plastic piece through the back that you're probably used to by now. Some M3/8s. Ooh, put it backwards. Okay. Yeah, So I'm not really sure where this is supposed to sit at level-wise, but that wire, this seems pretty short. I don't think that's gonna reach the board. That seems really short. And I only trimmed maybe a 1/4 inch off. That seems really short. Did I check for gantry racking? Hey, we're still good after belting it. So, I'm gonna have to fiddle with that somehow. That is way too short. That wire is way too short. That ain't good. Come back to that. Come back to that. Our crew eligible? Anyone who wants to enter can enter and win. So we've got our probe installed. That's where the position. We're gonna play with that later. Okay, magnet. We don't have a Hall effect, so we don't need to worry about the magnet. Yeah, flukes are overkill for 3D printing. Like, honestly, you don't need fluke. Okay. So we're not doing this whole front fan because we're doing the Stealthburner. So we are doing the afterburner though. So we're gonna build an afterburner now. That looks too short. Yeah, it's way too short. I'm gonna have to extend it. I'll do that off stream. I don't like delaying stream as much as I can for fixing stuff. contact key is well positioned below. Well done. So is that supposed to be up more? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be up more. I guess it don't matter. But still, that is. Check here. Yeah, so it mounts right up to the top there. Yeah, so that's where that's supposed to go. But yeah, well, I'll have to fiddle with that. Okay, so rounded corners on the webcam. What? Yeah, it's just fancy. Okay, Stealthburner parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. I think that's all of them. Okay, so start with this back piece here. And it's a heat set, which done a million heat sets over the years. Doing them though. So while I'm putting these heat sets in, make sure if you have not entered for your chance to win one of the LDO frames, link in the description, or correction, link is pinned in chat. Make sure you enter. Any size V2 frame, any color V2 frame that's in stock. Worldwide shipping. Worldwide shipping. MD Roberts, 5 Canadian, thank you, appreciate it. Oop, let's scroll by. Oh, there we go. New question. How big of a problem is the heat warping of the bed? It really depends on what kind of bed you're running and how lucked out you are. Put it this way, the bed on V2.26, my oldest V2, which is coming up on 4 years old now, okay? I ran a bed mesh on it the other day, and it has less than half a mil deviation. Or no, it was like 0.02 millimeter deviation from highest to lowest point or something like that. It's redonkulous. Let me pull it up here. If it wants to connect on this computer. Or is it, oh, it's connected upstairs. Yeah. We'll see if it'll connect. Okay, and then we put the Toolhead PCB one in. Oh, it asked about the gantry. Oh, the gantry. Well, the gantry is going to affect your bed, right? So, can I load my old man? Yeah, load. Yeah. So this is, after 4 years of use, this is by bed mesh. So your bed mesh is also, a function of the gantry itself. So you're looking at a variance of 0.075 millimeters from highest to lowest point. So if it can measure the bed that accurately, the gantry is pretty good. I'm not using the new clockwork. The new clockwork isn't fully compatible with the Heart K board yet. It will be, but not right now. And it's still in beta, and it's in a rougher beta than Stealthburner, so I'm gonna forego it for now. So I'm just gonna run stock after clockwork, which honestly is fine. There's no problem running stock clockwork. It's a perfectly capable extruder because it's legit just a Bondtech BMG. It's always the one. Go. And then I think there's one on the side too. Yeah. Nah, I'm going to be using the board that comes with the kit. So. Where's that tool chain holder? Let's change the music up. Should be the little itty bitty accent piece. That's not an accent piece because I'm running low on the cherry red, so I'm playing around with colors just to change it up a bit. See what looks cool with the Stealthburner. Okay, all that. Okay, put some here. There. Change that up, yeah. And that's the 80XL mount. For those that don't know, I'm pretty sure we have the 80XL mount built into this now. If I'm not mistaken. I gotta look at the manual for this because I'm gonna be soldering some LEDs because I haven't actually done LEDs for this yet. See what time, see if we end up doing that on this stream. I do want to finish around 7 today on this, just because I need to eat. So next week's, I think the next stream will be Klicky and installing the LEDs in here and then wiring. So we may save all the wiring for next stream. That way it makes it a little bit easier when it comes to the chapters. Okay, that's that. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Oh, be gone, bot! Oh, Raymond. Somebody got it. Raymond got it. Okay, so, got that. I think that's that. Up a little bit. What soldering station? I use a TS100. For all my soldering, I use a TS100. Okay, let me go get a Revo. We'll go with the 0.4. I don't know. I think I'm going to put out the other Revo Voron that I got in the Micron. So. Regardez, c'est un Revo Voron. So, easy peasy lemon squeezy with this guy. Goes there. Some M38s. Once Klicky is working, are you going to auto set offset script? I don't know what that is. My plan is to use the regular Z switch, like the regular, the normal Klicky Z switch for my Z offset, and just use the Klicky for just probing the bed, but we'll see. I haven't actually looked into Klicky that much, to be honest. Yeah, you don't need the BAT 85 because it's just a normal switch at that point. You can leave it in. If you already have it, I think you can leave it in. But if you're building from stock, you don't need to add it. Okay. So. Bend it down a little bit. You can bend these like once or twice. And then that goes up. like that. And I think it's, what is it, M312, so hold it on. No, M312. Oh, it is M312. Or M316. I can't remember if it's... Yeah, it's M316. Mr. G, $5, Doggo Treat Fund. Appreciate it. Where are my M316s? Screw it. Grab from stock. What do I use for heat sets? Whatever the cheapest soldering iron I bought off Amazon was about four years ago. I don't use a good soldering iron for heat sets. I legit use the Amazon special. There we go. So that is a Revo Voron mounted in the tool head for it. And then those two screws right there are for your, if I'm not mistaken, 80XL. So there is the 80XL mount is now built into the printer. Bada boom, bada boom. Did I show my Revo setup? There you go, Revo. Boom. Okay. What happened to things? Nothing to my knowledge. Yep, they're still there. Things is still there. Okay, so that goes there. There's nothing to really hold it on right now. It just kind of sits there for now because it's different now. Front shroud holds it in. The front shroud has screws that mount it in place. Oh, that looks so good. I love these colors. So good. So good. Should be a little small piece. I don't know if I printed it. I don't think I did. Okay, so let's build up our clockwork. Everyone likes the clockwork. Don't worry, I'll take pictures once everything's built up. If you're not following me on Twitter, at 3DPNero, follow me on Twitter. Yeah. Motor. It can be removed. You don't want to leave your 80XL permanently mounted. There's 0 point to it. You run the thing once and you're done with it. There is 0 point to keeping your 80XL mounted all the time. There is 0 point. It's funny. So many people want to mount it permanently. There's 0 point to mounting it permanently. Like absolutely none. Did I lose all my jigs? I think I did. I think I threw my jigs out. Or did I leave them in here? Come on, get jiggy with it. There's the one jig. Yeah, I don't know where I put the other jig. Dang it! Oh well. Not gonna worry about it. Getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Okay, so put that on. So, and then 3.2 millimeters up is that piece. So there's a jig. I don't know where I put it. I think I might have accidentally threw it out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I threw it out, which makes no sense because I don't know why I would throw it out, but I did. Oh well, I'll live. I can live with my mistakes. So, a little bit of our patented heat set or nail polish on it. Where'd my nail polish go? Where'd my nail polish go? How am I supposed to do my nails without my nail polish? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Woo, we're good. We're good. So the reason I don't permanently mount it is because I only have one, and I don't want to buy a new one for every machine. Okay, so 3.2 millimeters. So if that is 2 millimeters, that needs to be up 1 millimeter. And I'm okay with within 0.2 mil. No, not those, that jig. It was a different jig. And I hate these itty bitty set screws. Well, hopefully that's tight, because I think I stripped it. Okay, well, hopefully I don't ever gotta take that one out. Okay, so that goes in that part right there with the wire coming out that side. M3/8 screw overboard. And then, woo, over here. All the engagement from you guys screaming bot. I love it. Okay, so leave that a little loosey-goosey for now. Our drive gear together. LDOmotors, Bond Tech gear parts. Ooh, these are shiny. Shiny, shiny. Okay. So, make sure your bearings fit, which they should. I trust Jason. Drive gear. Make sure the drive gear is flush. So that goes on here. And there should be a little itty bitty set screw. There we go. So I want to see some engagement. Sure, I love engagement. I mean, I could always, you know, go with the all reliable, but I think we're beyond that with you guys. Running the bots for engagement. I'm better than that. I don't need to do that. So these have heat thread locker pre-applied on them. For those that don't know, problem is that this Allen key sucks. Stripping. There we go. Do I have another smaller one? No. Okay. Okay, so that's that. bearing on the end. F, yeah, just start spamming F. Who is Heart K? Heart K is Heart K. He's a dude, I think. I don't know. It's the internet. Everyone's a dude. Okay. So for those curious, this link brings you to this video from Dunar. That doesn't want to load. Check bearing fit. Install that into there. Make sure it does not hit. Motor, we're good. So this is where you adjust like your tension right here. It's too tight or too loose. You get binding or you get sloppiness. You don't want that. The drive shaft must not touch. So if you want, you can unscrew it and take a look and make sure it's not sticking out the back. Doesn't feel like it is. Yeah, we're good. Okay, then we put our cover plate on. So, oh, Jack, thank you for coming, member. Now this piece goes on. Now before you put this piece on, make sure it's clean from any threads or whatever flowing in there. But you want to make sure that filament goes through this hole nice and clean. So as you can see there, my filament feed path is nice and smooth. So if yours isn't, run a 2mm drill through that or something. And then also when you put it together, you want to make sure that the feed path lines up with your the teeth on your gear. Okay, M330s. Check, make sure everything moves. You got a gear here on the side you can play around with to make sure everything still spins. Okay, check gear play. The gear should have plenty of play. And those 3 screws are highlighted, but it doesn't say anything about them. So should I? For reference, Dunar, what am I supposed to do? You're highlighting the screws. Do I tighten them now? Do I just look at them? It just has these 3 screws. Oh, I see. Okay, the gear should slight play, adjust position until it feels good. Okay. I can't read. Okay, so now this goes in here. I never learned how to read. Goes in there. Put our idler together. So grab some super grease. Freak 3D Forge. Remember for 2 months. Late and pulley. Good night. Good night. Okay, so before you put these pin bearings on, just give them a little bit of lubrication. You don't need to go crazy. Just enough to wet them, basically, because they are bearing, and pin bearings are fragile. You want to give them just a little bit of help. Okay, this only goes in one way. There's a cutout. It should somewhat snap into place. And make sure it's centered. And it shouldn't fall out. Okay. Lubricating bearings, which, where does this video go? Another video from Dunar. Okay. So if you're curious, there's that. Filament feed path. Now it should float. Some people, for some reason, have a habit of wanting to shim this. Okay. See how it floats? You want this to float, okay? The fixed gear one doesn't float. This floats to compensate for any potential misalignment. You do not want it to be tight. It needs to float. This goes in there now. This goes on top, and it needs to index with that piece that we put in there previously. Should see a hole through there. It's an M320. M340. M320. Go. Just tension. You don't want this to be too tight. If you tighten this piece of plastic or this screw too much, it pinches these together. So you might have to just kind of find the kind of sweet spot for it. Okay. Then we got an M330 at the bottom here. Keep misplacing that bag. 16. Oh, 30. This goes into your idler piece here. Should open all the way if you need to get at in there, fiddle with stuff. Okay. Then we got our thumb screw. I'm missing an MR. Oh, I forgot to put the other MR 85. Oopsie doodles. 1 second. You could swear, you would think I've built like a million of these by now, and I wouldn't forget dumb stuff like forgetting a bearing, but you would be surprised. Like, I've only built like probably, 50 of these by now. Okay, so for those curious, I forgot to put the other bearing on the other end of this. There we go. While we're in there, let's turn this guy up. Pretty sure it's raining right now. There we go. Okay. There we go. It's a little bit better. When is the giveaway? Whenever I feel like it, but after 7 o'clock, it's the last guaranteed chance. So, for those that don't know, my streams are normally 3 hours long, and then sometimes I run long. So, So basically, if you want to guarantee enter before 3. If you want to roll the dice, you try entering after 3 or after 7 p.m. Eastern. But you might not be able to win. Simple as that. Okay, so now we put this on. You're printing. Don't print eSign ABS at 265. That is hot. I normally print it at like 245. So you might be printing it too hot there. Okay, so thumb screw. We got our little thumb screw here. So this is how you adjust tension. And because it's an LDO and it's super pimp, it's got the little Voron MZBot logo on it. Okay, make sure it all works. So that relieves tension so you can put filament in and out easily. And that locks it down. Then you can unscrew it and open the gate if you need to. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, now you gotta flip it over and take 2 screws out of the back. And I'm always paranoid. So when you do this, these screws are usually really tight. So make sure you're using a good screwdriver, and you don't want to strip them. I found a big chunky boy for this, because I really don't want to strip these. Yeah, you really don't want to strip these. I used to have a really good screwdriver for this, like an actual legit proper screwdriver. Why do I keep losing my good tools? Well, it's not that I lose them, it's this, I bring them upstairs, and then I forget to bring them back downstairs. Nope, that ain't the right one. What is my good one? I have an adjustable, or not an adjustable, a full-on proper one. It's a tapping handle. I don't have tapping handles under here. Nope. Nope. Oh, there you are. There you are. Too many tools. How am I not sweating like a pig building something in front of... There's 500 people here? Oh, hi people. I got in the habit, I don't watch how many people are watching my stream. Ever. Like, you know, unless I call it out, like, oh, I wonder how many people are watching. But, like, during an actual normal stream, I don't pay attention to how many people are watching. And also, I'm staying cool and hydrated thanks to my water bottle from L2T store. So, yes, you're taking 2 screws out of your stepper motor. Some people freak out when you do this, apparently. As long as you don't open it, you're fine. So you're fine taking 2 screws out. Just don't take them all out and then open it. $500 people and 387 likes. What the heck, guys? Metrics, algorithm, do the thing, guys. In the garbage. Like that smash button. You know you want to. So what do we got? M3. M330. Or M320, sorry. What's wrong with stepping? So when you open up stepper motors, you let the little magic pixies out, and they just will never work the same after. So just try to avoid opening stepper motors. Because if the pixies get out, you're going to have a bad time. Why am I so... Am I serious in videos? I don't know. Okay, so we're not going to put the cover on because I don't even know what cover I'm going to use with this yet. Syntax, $10. Thank you, appreciate it. See, thank you for the V01 vid. It helped me a lot. Awesome. And even if I don't need to fund, it's fun to donate. Cheers. Okay, so now we're going to put that on. And it just literally goes ka-thunk. So this goes like that. Okay. Doesn't it screw in from the front? Or did we change that? M320 and M330 from the back. Oh, it's the new Clockwork that does. Yeah, it's Clockwork 2 that does. This isn't Clockwork 2. So we got screws from the back. So we got an M320 and an M330. Ray, thank you for becoming a member. Cheers. Love the vibe. Cheers. Vibing and building printers. What's not to have fun with? Did I grab the right ones or did I grab two? Grab two M20s. Me forget to read? Impossible. Yeah, CW2 is from the front, this is from the back. Which I don't know if I'll go CW2 on this. I might just see if I can get my hands on like another mini LGX. Go with that, be all cool. Wait, wrong one. Which one? No, the 30 goes in this side. Doing it backwards, doing it backwards. So that's the 20. That's the 30. Go. Yeah, so on with Clockwork 2, when that gets all finalized, which is still being worked on, the screws are in the front, so now you no longer have to kind of do that whole thing where you flip it, like you gotta fiddle with the drag chains to get at it. Okay. So here's the thing. I don't think, what are we at right now? We've got 20 minutes left. And we gotta go through all the wiring. So let me see what I even have here for wiring. Let me grab the Stealthburner kit. Where's the Stealthburner upgrade kit? There we go. Serious question, are there any issues with having 20mm space between the extruder and the hot end in a rigid mount? Not really. No, I think we have like, how far do we have? We have like a 46 or 32mm piece of filament in there or something like that, or bone-in. NeoPixel cables, yay. No, I'm just gonna end the stream at that time. So these are NeoPixels, so what goes where? RGB data. I'm gonna have to watch Steve's stream on how all this came. Because I just got this long ass cable here for NeoPixels. But does it come with cable to actually solder it up, Steve, or do I gotta... This is what runs down the drag chain, down the thing. And then I got NeoPixel cable, NeoPixel extension cable, but it's only one cable. Then we got the NeoPixels themselves. A fan, a big fan. I should have a shorter length of wire for LEDs. You have to cut it up. Okay, because I got one long one and then one short one. But for the do I know any NeoPixel strips that could be used in a heated enclosure? Mine seem to be okay, and I just got cheapy ones, like just these ones. Like these generic on a tape ones from AliExpress seem to work fine. Yeah, I haven't put the PT, it's all gonna come apart anyways. So I haven't put the PTFE in yet. So let's see, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So this is fans. So where's the little chart for wiring up the NeoPixels? Wasn't there a little graphic in the manual for the NeoPixels? I'm pretty sure we had a picture. Wasn't there a picture in the manual? Or did we get rid of it? The black shims are just washers. They're not shims, they're just washers. They're just straight up washers. The brass ones are shims. Oh, it's only pinned in the Discord? Okay, let me bring up the Discord then. Yeah, I thought this right here was in the manual, but I guess not. Any raffle? Yeah, we're doing a raffle in like 20 minutes. So we got this long one. And then, so I've got two, Steve. I got this really long one, which I'm assuming is for going down from the tool head. And then I got this shorter one here. So I guess this shorter one is the one I got to cut up. I need what, 120 millimeters, 100 millimeters, and 100 millimeters. So I need 320 millimeters of wire for this. And this is not 320 millimeters of wire. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I just can't, I can't see too good. Where is my... Where'd I put it? Where'd my scale go? How do I lose a 12-inch scale? No, it's sitting on my desk. Like, you think that would be hard to do, but I've done it. I can go short on the last one. Yeah, so I got this. This looks about a foot-ish. Yep, so yeah, this is it. So this is the one I got to cut. So we got to cut and do some soldering. So I'll save that for next stream. So that'll probably be Friday. So Friday we'll do the NeoPixels. We'll do all the funky stuff. So let's get the fans in here, so at least I can take a picture of it. Then I'm not sure. I just use the black ones pretty much everywhere, or the brass ones pretty much everywhere. If they're wider, they're the spacers that go under here. So you have to remove these ears. So the first thing you have to do on this, we got to butcher the heck out of this. And this is a GD Stein, but I'm going to be a little pimp and swap it for a Delta because I have a Delta. So what you have to do is, if you bought a nice fancy, you know, $15 Delta, you need to first thing butcher the heck out of it. Cut the locking tabs off. You could snap them open, but you're gonna cut them off anyways. Open it up. Take this part, okay, in the bin. Okay, and then you got these ears on each side. Snap them off. And then the kit comes with sandpaper, but I'm going to use a big old bastard file to make it nice and smooth. Can you print parts for the LDO kit out of Prusa CP carbon fiber? What's the CP? CP, like copolyester? I missed the bin. I did. But it made good content. Oh, carbon fiber. If it's polycarbonate, you should be okay. Just be careful. I think, is it polycarbonate that falls apart in grease? I'm not 100% sure. I know nylon, unless it's PA12 nylon, don't even try. If it's PA6 nylon, don't. It'll just creep and it'll fail on you. You'll hate life, trust me. I had to rebuild all of Toasty, pretty much. And by the way, we did actually reach out to see if, was it Delta would actually make a fan for us to our spec instead of us having to butcher their fans. And they will, if we order 10,000 of them. So, for those curious, this kit came with a GD Stein fan, which I'm using in the switch wire. It works. It's a fine fan. A little louder than the Deltas, but it, for part cooling, it's good enough. I think there was a screw in there. Oh well. Okay. Well, it's polycarbonate. Lexan is a brand name of polycarbonate sheet. Okay, so let's see here, where are we at in the manual? So there's some little tabs you got to cut out for wires. So two at the bottom, one at the top there. And that's just for running your wires. Fan shroud goes in. And now we have screws to kind of hold it in place, which I don't think I've ever actually used, but we have them. So that goes there. there's the little ones. So these just screw into plastic, and all they do is just hold the fan in place. So they just keep your fan from potentially falling back out, essentially. I don't think I have these screws in any of mine. I don't know if these are a recent add-on or what, but I don't... I'm running some old betas right now. Yeah, it's all coming apart, Ron. I know I don't have the PTFE. It's all coming apart because I gotta extend some screws. Okay, so we got that. Let me find my front fan. Cable kit. Electrical. Electronics. So, nope. Where's my fans at? Fasteners, cable kits, motors. Oh, there we go, fans. Gotta find my big fans. So I got more GD Stein, and there we go, 40-20, 40-10. I mean, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. We're pretty much just putting this part together now. I think most of this has to come out anyways. Actually, no, I think I could put the LEDs in after. Yeah. So I gotta put some clear parts in it now, like the diffuser. So we'll put the diffuser in. So we got two little parts for the diffuser. There's like a little part and then another part. So we're gonna put the front part in, which I printed out of the PETG. I had to print PETG, guys. This is the first time I printed PETG in a long time. So that goes in there. Of course, it's the wrong way around. It's supposed to like pop through. Yep, there we go. There you go. You got a diffuser in there. And then this piece holds your actual LED, and then that slots in there, like so. I'm not going to put it in now because I don't know if you can take it out after. But that would go in there. There's a second part. Oh, does this go in first? Because on the picture here, it only shows two. There's the front part and then that part. So is there now two parts of the diffuser? So I got this like rectangular part, but I don't see it in the... this guy. So does that go in first? Because that looks like it's not going to move once this other part is in. Okay, so it's two parts. So do they snap together and then go in, or what? Do I snap both of them together? And then they go in? Snap together, then drop it. Okay. The drawing's still open. You have until I decide to draw this. So the drawing will be at after 7. Okay. I don't know why we just don't print this in one piece then. Why it's two separate pieces. But okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun now. Nope, come on. Oh, it's supposed to be opaque. Oh, well. In that case, I won't put it in yet. I printed it all in PTG. So, we'll put that in next week. Or next stream. There we go. Get them apart. Easy peasy. Okay. So, we'll worry about that next stream. Fan in. It's all coming out anyways. I'm just putting this all together right now so we could take a pretty picture. With all the colors and everything. Okay, did it come with M550s? It did. Perfect. Beta life. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How many Vorons? 8. But I haven't actually played around with the like a lot of this new stuff with the LEDs and whatnot. Like I just did not play around with the LEDs at all yet. This is actually the first time that I'm building the NeoPixels, because all these 3 of my machines have Stealthburners. I just never bothered to put LEDs in them yet. So you have until I get this part on to enter the draw, and then I will be doing the draw. So if you want a chance of winning a frame from LDOmotors, a V2 frame, your choice of size and color, to enter, link is pinned in chat. Link is pinned in chat. Yeah, one side's supposed to be opaque. I just threw them all on the thing like 20 minutes before stream. Go. Yeah, what's up front? What's the screws up front holding in? M325s. 325. There we go. Did chat stall? Nope. Everyone's busy entering with their 20 Gmail accounts. Better not cheat the system, guys. I know where you. I know. I'm on to you. I am on to you. Okay, that's way too long. That is way too long. Can't be M325. That can't be M325. That is way too bloody long. Go right through into the other piece. Yeah, that won't work. There we go. That works. Make it work later. Okay. So now we just got to put the Toolhead board on, do some wire. I'm going to have to fiddle with a few things off stream. But we got the Toolhead assembled, and then next week we'll do wiring, I guess. How did you crack? Oh well, whatever. Is it bugging out again? 1 second. M320, yep. No CW2. No, CW2 is still a little too beta-y for me, my liking right now. So we're just gonna run with the CW1 for now. Plus, it's not compatible with the Toolhead board that comes with this kit. So we'll just run a little beta, or the old one for now. It still works. Does 0.9 print? I find 0.9s are louder in my personal opinion, but I don't know. It all comes down to how you tune them. Okay, you guys want to do a draw? You guys want to do a draw? How many people entered? How many people entered? How many people? 1,028 people entered. So if 1,028 people entered, how come I only have 483 likes in chat? How do I only have... Do 0.9 gives higher? Technically, yes, but most people will never see that, notice the difference. Alan, I'm not going to run beta parts on this machine. So, yeah, 400, oh, now 512 likes. You know, if we get enough likes, I might give away 2. I might give away 2 kits instead of just 1. Because of the goodness of my heart or something. I'll give you guys till 7:05. You didn't see Doggo? Well, Doggo was here. You missed him. Doggo was here. Till 7:05 to enter. There you go. So if you're curious, there you go. I really dig these colors. I am really digging these colors. So yeah, that wire is way too short. So I'm gonna have to extend this wire here. So I'm gonna have to extend that wire. I might have to do a dummy wire because I had to do some stuff for that. Same thing. This one should be good enough. Yeah. Where did I get this? It came with the kit. I just like the fact the wiring is so much nicer. Like for like you no longer have the wire zip tied to the side. It's actually in a hidden channel. It just runs up. So. How many sub kits are in a full? The whole it comes in one big box. Well, it technically comes in 2 boxes. The panels are in another kit. Like they ship separate, but it comes in one big old box. So, is the Hotend housing generative? You mean like parametric? No. Every Voron part is direct model. There is no parametric at all in a Voron. Everything's direct modeling. What are the colors? They're Sparta 3D, Sparkle ABS Plus, Cherry Red, and Cloud Gray. And the frame is a space gray frame. And it is mint. Cherry red is in stock. I still have a little left. I think I have enough. I don't think, all I have to do, I still have to print all the electronics brackets. So we'll do that next stream, or I'll do that tonight or something. Yeah, it was all done by hand. Yeah, it was all wily. Okay, so let me pull up Wheel O Names. Wheel of Names. So 7:05. So if you have not entered, you have until I copy and paste all the names. Or actually, you have like 1 minute. I'm gonna close it in a second. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 people got in during that. So create a new spreadsheet. Create. Copy all the names, all 1,044 people. And I gotta copy. I don't know how to Google Docs copy one column only. I'm just dragging. This is fun, quality content, eh, guys? The best content. Almost there. What am I gonna do for dinner? I need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. There we go. Whoop. Don't deselect. Okay. Carson, you are the last person to enter. Copy. Or likes and watchers. There we go. Okay, paste. And this comes the part where it takes forever to paste everything. Steak. I don't have any steak at home. Well, I think I do, but it's frozen. Oh, hey! It's the spacer, or it's the spacer I was missing earlier. The printed reference guide or whatever. Page unresponsive. Wait. I had pizza last night. We might have crashed Google Chrome trying to put 1,044 names in here, guys. Ah, there we go. It did it. Almost had to do an F for chat. So here's all the people who entered. Hopefully I don't have like 20 different Michaels who just put Michael. So, y'all know how it be. Somebody give me a number between 10 and 20. Somebody give me a number between 10 and 20. 20. That works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. There's that engagement. Once I start clicking, you guys don't have to keep giving me numbers. But it really helps. Okay, NHD 3D Canon, no spamming. Okay, so, good luck for the first winner. Hey! Daniel Batista. Congratulations. You won yourself a frame. Let me find your info. There you go. So Jason from LDOmotors will be contacting you to find out what you want. Okay, so congratulations to Daniel. Remove. Okay, we're gonna do this again. Okay, that was too high of a number. Somebody give me a number between 5 and 10. A number between 5 and 10. Alan, you voted too early. You're disqualified. 8. That works. Sanity's on the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 1, roll! Ba-da-bum-bum, 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 ba-da-bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Hey! Remills 91. Remills 91. Hopefully there's only one Remills 91 in chat, because there is. Wait. One of 2. There we go. Remove. Congratulations. I love giveaways. I love giving away stuff. Everyone loves giveaways. I love giveaways. You love giveaways. I love cheesy poofs. You love cheesy poofs. You know how it be. And now we watch the view count drop. Exactly. Everyone just bails now. Now, don't forget. Once this is built, every draw, every stream, we're going to be doing a draw for something from LDO for this kit. Or for a V0 or V2. Might not all be a V2. I don't know. But LDO is doing a giveaway every stream of this build. The last stream of this build, we will be giving away a whole V2 kit. Okay? So you can either hopefully win one part every stream and eventually you get everything, or you could just, you know, hopefully win it all at the very end. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell. Make sure you like that smash button. Make sure you do all the YouTube algorithm shit that it likes. And make sure you follow me on Twitter at 3DPNero for all updates and everything. That's where I post, like, if I'm not streaming or when I'm streaming. So yeah, stay tuned, because I love giving away stuff. Drag it on for another 20 streams. Well, I was hoping to get to wiring. I was hoping to get the board in and start wiring today. We had a little bit of a hiccup with the Klicky probe, but I think we're okay now. And then we got to figure out, I got to extend that wire. So I'll probably put the board on, the Heart K board on, just to see how much I got to extend it by. Because then after we put that board on, wiring this won't take long. And then I got to install the Klicky, which shouldn't take too long. And then, yeah, so next stream will be LEDs, Klicky, and wiring. And then after that, plugging everything together. And then movement. And then skirts, panels. The final stream for this will be, it won't be like we normally do, or I normally do, where it's kind of like, we get it to the point where it prints and then I put the panels in on. No. We're doing everything on stream. And then there will be a final stream of this build. So I'm hoping the rat rig wraps up soon. I think we only got 2 streams left. Hopefully, two or three at most. Depends how long it takes to get it all wired up in Clipper. And then after that will be a Micron build. So extrusion backers. I have a set coming to go in the Trident to try out. But personally, I don't run them on any of my machines. I haven't really noticed any issues without them. So yeah. Missed the giveaway. Ah, rubber fist fight. Better luck next time. So yeah, so I think we're gonna end it there, guys. Yep, we are doing a Micron build. Don't worry. I know a lot of people want that. Close-up part made out of cherry red. So I'm gonna take some pictures and post them on the Twitter, because none of my cameras are color corrected, so it's gonna be all kind of poopy looking. Like even the overhead is like, there you go, close up. Ooh, there, close up, cherry red, and it's shiny. So it's all sparkle ABS too. So we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna end the stream. I will see you video someday this week, maybe Saturday, and then stream probably Friday. We'll see. I don't know what exactly we'll be doing. Maybe I'll try and drag Steve on or something, or build. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll figure something out for Friday. And then Saturday, rat rig. So, for all those who enjoyed the stream, you're awesome. For anyone who donated to the stream or became a member of the channel, because of you guys, you allow me to create the content I create and do the things I do. I would not be able to do this without you. You're all awesome. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week out there. Be safe, wash your hands. Cheers.